Mr. Hawazi Daipi, Senior Parliamentary Secretary, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Manpower. Mr. Lim Biao Chuan, Chairman, GPC for Education, Member of Parliament, Mountbatten. Ms. Chan Lai Fang, Permanent Secretary, Education, Ministry of Education and Chairperson, NIE Council. Ms. Loh Kagek, Deputy Director General of Education, Schools, Director of Schools, Ministry of Education. Professor Lee Sing Kong, Director, NIE, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Irvin, and I am a music major and a math minor in this year's graduating BA-BSc class. Today's ceremony marks the end of one major phase in our lives and the beginning of another. After studying for 16, 17, or 18 years, we leave the realm of education to venture into the working world. My friends, what do you make of the last 4 years in NIE? Each of us brings a unique set of stories, but perhaps there are some memories that will bind us all. The long queues to get on the 179, the never-ending flights of stairs in NIE, and even the canteen's Western stalls, chopped spaghetti. And then there were those crazy races to churn out essays before midnight, the late nights fighting with our projects and assignments, and of course, who could ever forget the challenging modules that all of us took together as a batch? So much has passed in the last 4 years. Some successes, and perhaps some failures as well. But what we should all remember is that at the end of the day, we have fought the fight, and we have run the race. As I look back on the race that I have run in NIE, I realized that I could never have done it on my own. And that is why I am so thankful to my God for seeing me through. Perhaps all of us graduates should also take a moment to thank our parents and families who have always loved and supported us. Perhaps we can rise and give them a round of applause. Our lecturers seated in front of us, without whose guidance, mentoring, and countless emails and conversations, we will surely not be the people and teachers we are today. To our lecturers. And lastly, but not the least, our friends. NIE life would never have been as exciting and interesting and memorable without all of you. To our friends. Please be seated. NIE will always have a special place in my heart because in many ways it was like a second chance for me. My life before NIE was actually quite a mess. I had not done very well for my A-levels and had a huge problem with responsibility. In my JC days, I would intentionally reach school late and climb over the back gate to escape assembly. And I would go to school and not attend classes. And there was even once when I hid in an old, smelly cupboard just to escape from a teacher who was hunting me. This continued into my NS days where I was chowking, and I tried to beat the system, I tried to run away from everything, and I did that until I was put in a unit where I could not run away, 3 guards unit. Life there was difficult, and as I did my time there, I began to think back on how my attitude of irresponsibility was destroying things in my life. That was when NIE offered me a place, which I saw as a second chance to get things right. Now, I know that most of us as moral, upright teachers would probably not have, done all those things that I said. But perhaps some of us have made mistakes at some point in time, or experienced failures, or maybe even had internal struggles like I did. But know this, trials produce perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character gives us hope. Every trial and every difficulty that we go through is there for us to try harder. It is there for us to mold our character, and it is our character and not our abilities that determine our future. It does not matter whether we wish that things had turned out differently before NIE, in NIE, or in our schools of posting. If we are given second chances to make things right, I hope we all grab it and use it. So my friends, as we begin our careers as teachers, if you ever have students like I was, I hope my story encourages you that there is hope for them. I was a bad student, but my life was turned around when the NIE music faculty accepted me and gave me a chance, despite my less than stellar qualifications. I would not be standing here today if not for them. But more than that, when all of us walk into our classrooms, I hope we remember that every one of us walks in with a unique set of stories. Because of my story, I understand students who struggle with motivation, laziness, responsibility, work ethic, and so on. But what is your story, and how does it allow you to understand some students in a way that the rest of us don't? All of us are unique individuals with unique stories, be it in a school hall, a classroom, or maybe some quiet corridor in the school compound. I hope that all of us will share our stories that inspire those around us. Thank you.